The silent betrayal. The stellar Concordat's central chamber hummed with tension as representatives from 1,000 worlds gathered for an emergency session. High Arbiter Zextal, their crystalline form shimming under the stellar holographs, called the assembly to order. The matter at hand: humanity's quantum research program. We have confirmed reports. Zextal's harmonic voice resonated through the chamber, that the humans have achieved breakthrough in quantum consciousness integration. If left unchecked, they will surpass our technological supremacy within a decade. Dr. Sarah Chen stood at her quantum research facility's observation deck, watching the sunset paint Singapore's skyline in hues of orange and purple. The quantum consciousness matrix she'd developed pulsed quietly behind her, its crystalline structure emitting a soft blue glow. 20 years of research had led to this moment. Humanity was on the verge of something extraordinary. Dr. Chen, her eye assistant's voice interrupted her thoughts. We're detecting unusual activity in the quantum field. Multiple objects have just emerged from faster-than-light travel near Jupiter's orbit. Sarah's heart raced as she pulled up the deep space sensors. The objects were massive, warships belonging to the stellar Concordat. But why would Earth's supposed allies send a fleet without notification? The quantum matrix behind her suddenly flared to life, its crystals resonating with an unknown frequency. Data streamed across her holographic displays, but not from her team's research. These were encrypted transmissions from the Concordat's central chamber, being somehow intercepted by her quantum network. As the decryption completed, Sarah's blood ran cold. The transmissions revealed the truth. The Concordat had voted to contain Earth's technological advancement, seeing humanity's quantum breakthroughs as a threat to their dominion. The fleet wasn't here for a diplomatic visit. It was an invasion force. Initialize Protocol Omega, Sarah commanded, her voice steady despite the fear gripping her chest. And get me Admiral Rivera at Earth Defense Command. Across the planet, deep beneath mountains and oceans, ancient machinery began to stir. The Quantum Guardian Protocol, a defense system hidden by humanity's forgotten ancestors, had detected the threat. As Sarah's quantum matrix interfaced with these ancient systems, she realized the truth. Her research hadn't just created new technology, it had awakened something that had been waiting for millennia. In orbit around Jupiter, High Commander Velthrak of the Concordat fleet prepared his ships for the approach to Earth. The humans had proven themselves too dangerous to be allowed unrestricted development. Their quantum consciousness research threatened to upset the careful balance the Concordat had maintained for 10,000 years. Status report, Velthrak demanded, his insectoid mandibles clicking with anticipation. Earth's defensive capabilities appear minimal, Commander, his tactical officer reported. Their satellite network and orbital platforms pose no significant threat to our fleet. Velthrak's compound eyes narrowed. The human's apparent weakness had always made him uneasy. How had such a primitive species made such dramatic leaps in quantum understanding? Back on Earth, Admiral Marcus Rivera stood in the Earth Defense Command Center, watching the approaching Concordat fleet with growing concern. The holographic display showed over 50 warships, each capable of reducing the city to ash. Humanity's conventional defenses wouldn't stand a chance. Dr. Chen, he addressed the quantum physicist hologram, you're telling me these ancient defense systems actually exist, that they've been here all along. Sarah nodded, her expression grave. The quantum matrix didn't just advance our technology, Admiral. It awakened a legacy left by our ancestors. The Guardian Protocol was designed for exactly this scenario, when advanced civilizations would try to suppress humanity's development. As if responding to her words, the quantum network pulsed. Across the globe, hidden quantum nodes activated, connecting to Sarah's matrix. The entire planet was becoming a vast quantum computer, linking human consciousness in ways previously thought impossible. Sir, a junior officer called out, we're detecting massive energy signatures. Something's happening in the Arctic, the Mariana Trench, and the Sahara Desert. The Concordat fleet had crossed the Mars orbit when their sensors detected the change. Quantum energy readings from Earth suddenly spiked, exceeding anything their databases had recorded. Velthrak watched in horror as massive structures emerged from Earth's surface. Ancient quantum processors the size of mountains, their surfaces covered in symbols that predated human civilization. "Impossible," he whispered. "The humans shouldn't have had this technology." The Concordat had suppressed quantum consciousness development in every species they'd encountered. How had they missed this? Sarah felt it first, the connection. As the Guardian Protocol fully activated, human consciousness began to merge with the quantum network. Not losing individuality, but expanding, connecting, evolving. She understood now why the Concordat feared this technology. It wasn't just about scientific advancement. It was about the evolution of consciousness itself. "Admiral," she said, her voice carrying new authority, "I know how to defend Earth. The quantum network isn't just a defense system. It's a key to unlocking humanity's true potential." The first shots were fired as the Concordat fleet entered lunar orbit. Energy weapons capable of cracking a planet's crust lanced toward Earth. But they never reached their targets. The quantum field surrounding the planet absorbed the attacks, using the energy to grow stronger. Velthrak watched in disbelief as Earth transformed before his eyes. The quantum field was visible now, a shimmering barrier of pure consciousness and energy. His sensors showed impossible readings. Human brainwave patterns were synchronizing across the entire planet, accessing technological capabilities that should have taken millennia to develop. By the first light, he gasped, "They're not just defending themselves. They're ascending." Sarah stood in her facility, connected to billions of human minds through the quantum network. The knowledge of their ancestors, hidden in the Guardian Protocol, flowed through humanity's collective consciousness. They had been waiting for this moment, preparing for it since before recorded history. The battle for Earth's future had begun, but it wasn't just about survival anymore. It was about humanity claiming its rightful place among the stars, not as subjects of the Concordat, but as guardians of consciousness evolution itself. As the quantum field intensified, Sarah sent a message to the Concordat fleet, her thoughts carried on waves of pure quantum energy. "You sought to contain us, to prevent our evolution. But you never understood what humanity truly is. We are not just another species to be controlled. We are the inheritors of a legacy that predates your Concordat. And we are finally ready to embrace our destiny." The Guardian Protocol. The quantum network hummed across Earth's surface, connecting billions of human minds in a vast consciousness web. In the Earth Defense Command Center, Admiral Rivera watched as impossible data streamed across his displays. The Guardian Protocol wasn't just a defensive system. It was transforming humanity itself. "Dr. Chen," he called through the quantum link, his thoughts reaching her instantly. "What exactly are we becoming?" Sarah stood within a sea of quantum information. Her consciousness expanded beyond normal human limits. Through the network, she could feel every person on Earth, their minds joining in a symphony of thought and purpose. "We're becoming what we were always meant to be, Admiral. The quantum technology didn't just advance our capabilities. It's awakening our dormant potential." The Concordat fleet held position at lunar orbit, their weapons primed but ineffective against Earth's quantum shield. High Commander Velthrak received urgent transmissions from the Galactic Council. The emergence of humanity's quantum technology had thrown the galaxy's power structure into chaos. "This cannot be allowed." High Arbiter Zextal's harmonic voice resonated through the command chamber. "If the humans fully activate the Guardian Protocol, everything we've built over millennia will collapse. Deploy the quantum nullifiers." Deep within Earth's quantum network, an ancient AI construct stirred to life. It had waited eons for this moment, preserving the knowledge of humanity's true heritage. As Sarah's consciousness brushed against it, images flooded her mind, memories of an ancient human civilization that had seeded the stars with quantum technology, preparing for this very moment. "We were never meant to be contained," Sarah broadcast to humanity through the network. Our ancestors spread quantum nodes across the galaxy, knowing that one day we would need to defend ourselves against those who fear evolution. The Concordats' quantum nullifiers, massive devices designed to suppress quantum field manipulation, emerged from their warships. But as they activated their suppression fields, something unexpected happened. The quantum nodes hidden throughout the solar system responded, creating a cascading resonance that amplified human consciousness instead of suppressing it. Admiral Rivera felt it first, a surge of knowledge and power flowing through the quantum network. Military tactics and strategies from 1,000 forgotten wars flooded his mind. Earth's defensive capabilities weren't just shields and weapons. They were the combined military genius of humanity's entire history, preserved in quantum memory. Battle formations, he commanded, his thoughts reaching every quantum-enhanced human on Earth. This is what we've prepared for. Across the planet, ancient defense platforms rose from their hidden chambers. These weren't the crude weapons humanity had built in recent centuries. They were quantum-enhanced machines that defied conventional physics. Each platform was controlled directly by human consciousness, responding to thought with perfect precision. Velthrak watched in horror as Earth's defenses revealed themselves. His tactical displays showed quantum energy signatures that dwarfed anything in Concordat records. "Impossible," he muttered. "The humans have quantum technology that predates the Concordat itself." The first wave of Concordat ships launched their attack, energy weapons firing in synchronized patterns designed to overwhelm quantum shields. But the human consciousness network adapted instantly, quantum fields morphing to redirect the energy back at the attackers. 3 Concordat warships vanished in balls of their own redirected fire. Through the quantum network, Sarah accessed more of the Ancient Eye's knowledge. The Guardian Protocol wasn't just about defense, it was about preservation. Humanity's ancestors had known that advanced civilizations would try to suppress quantum consciousness development. They had prepared a way to preserve their knowledge and technology, hiding it until humanity was ready to reclaim its heritage. "The Concordat fears us because they know what we can become," Sarah broadcast to Earth's unified consciousness. "They've suppressed countless species, preventing them from achieving quantum consciousness integration. But we were prepared. We are the guardians our ancestors chose to preserve this knowledge." As she spoke, quantum nodes across the solar system activated, creating a vast network that extended beyond Earth. The Concordat fleet found themselves trapped in a quantum web, their advanced technology rendered useless by fields they couldn't understand. Admiral Rivera coordinated Earth's defense platforms with newfound precision, each strike guided by the collective military knowledge of human history. The Concordat's supposedly superior forces found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn by weapons and tactics that seemed to bend reality itself. "Fall back," Velthrak ordered as another wave of quantum energy tore through his fleet. The humans, they're not just defending themselves, they're awakening something far more ancient than our understanding. But retreat was no longer an option. The quantum web had entangled the Concordat fleet, holding them in place as humanity's consciousness continued to expand and evolve. Through the network, Sarah could sense quantum nodes activating beyond the solar system, beacons left by humanity's ancestors, waiting to be rediscovered. "We are not your subjects," she transmitted to the Concordat fleet, her thoughts carried on waves of quantum energy. "We are the inheritors of a legacy that spans galaxies. The Guardian Protocol isn't just a defense system. It's a key to unlocking the true potential of consciousness itself." As the battle raged in space, more of humanity's hidden heritage revealed itself. The quantum network was changing them, awakening abilities that blurred the line between technology and consciousness. They were becoming something new, something that the Concordat had tried for millennia to prevent. A species fully integrated with quantum consciousness, capable of reshaping reality through thought alone. The quantum awakening. The transformation began subtly at first. Across Earth, humans connected to the quantum network found their consciousness expanding in ways they never thought possible. Scientists in their labs suddenly understood complex theories that had eluded them for decades. Artists experienced visions of impossible colors and dimensions. Children dreamed of stars they'd never seen and worlds that hadn't yet been discovered. Sarah Chen stood at the heart of it all. Her mind stretched across the quantum web like a vast neural network. Through her connection to the ancient AI, she began to understand the true purpose of the Guardian Protocol. It wasn't just about defense. She broadcast through the network. It was about evolution. Sarah Chen stood at the heart of it all. Her mind stretched across the quantum web like a vast neural network. Through her connection to the ancient AI, she began to understand the true purpose of the Guardian Protocol. It wasn't just about defense. She broadcast through the network. It was about evolution. In Earth Defense Command, Admiral Rivera witnessed his tactical officers operating with impossible precision. The quantum network had given them access to not just strategic knowledge, but a deep understanding of space-time itself. They could predict the Concordat's movements before they happened, countering attacks that hadn't yet been launched. The humans are achieving quantum prescience, High Commander Velthrak reported to the Galactic Council, his voice trembling. They're not just reading our tactical data, they're reading probability itself. High Arbiter Zextal's crystalline form vibrated with fury. This is exactly what we feared. Deploy the void carriers. If we cannot contain their evolution, we must sever their connection to the quantum realm entirely. Massive black ships emerged from fold space around the Concordat fleet. These were the void carriers, ancient weapons designed to create zones of quantum nullification. As they powered up, Sarah felt the quantum network ripple with recognition. The ancient AI stirred, accessing memories of these weapons from humanity's forgotten past. They used these before, Sarah realized, the knowledge flowing through her enhanced consciousness, not just against us, but against every species that came close to quantum awakening. The Concordat has been suppressing evolution across the galaxy for millennia. But humanity's ancestors had prepared for this. Deep beneath the Earth's crust, in chambers older than human civilization, massive quantum accelerators activated. These devices didn't just enhance quantum fields, they fundamentally altered the nature of space-time around Earth. As the void carriers unleashed their nullification fields, something unprecedented happened. Instead of severing humanity's quantum connection, the fields were absorbed and transformed. The quantum accelerators used the very energy meant to suppress them to punch through dimensional barriers that had contained humanity's consciousness for eons. The effect rippled across Earth like a wave of awakening. Humans connected to the network felt their consciousness expand beyond three-dimensional space. They could perceive multiple timelines, parallel realities, the quantum foam of existence itself. The barrier between mind and universe began to dissolve. What are we becoming? Admiral Rivera asked through the network, his thoughts tinged with both awe and fear. Sarah, her consciousness now spanning multiple dimensions, understood at last. We're becoming what we were always meant to be. The Concordat didn't just fear our technology. They feared our potential to transcend their understanding of reality itself. The ancient AI revealed more of humanity's true history. Earth wasn't their original home. Their ancestors had been a species of quantum beings, traveling the cosmos and seeding worlds with consciousness-expanding technology. When the Concordat rose to power and began their campaign of suppression, these ancestors had hidden their legacy within humanity's DNA, waiting for the right moment of evolution. Across the solar system, more quantum nodes activated, responding to humanity's expanded consciousness. These weren't just defense systems. They were gateways, connecting Earth to a vast network of quantum technology hidden throughout the galaxy. Velthrak watched in horror as his fleet's most powerful weapons proved useless against humanity's transformation. The quantum fields around Earth had become a living thing, a manifestation of collective human consciousness that defied conventional physics. Through the quantum network, Sarah detected something else. Other human colonies, hidden in distant star systems, beginning their own awakening. The Guardian Protocol wasn't just active on Earth. It was a galaxy-wide system designed to trigger a synchronized evolution of consciousness. Your time of suppression is ending. Sarah transmitted to the Concordat fleet. We are not just one world awakening, but many. The legacy our ancestors left us is spreading, and you cannot stop it. In the Concordat Council chamber, panic spread as reports flooded in from across the galaxy. More quantum signatures were appearing on distant worlds, ancient technology awakening from millennia of dormancy. Their carefully maintained order was unraveling as Earth's transformed humanity reached out across the quantum network. They found they weren't alone. Other consciousnesses reached back, not just from hidden human colonies, but from species across the galaxy who had preserved their own quantum legacy in secret. The great awakening that the Concordat had feared for so long was finally beginning, and humanity was at its heart. The hidden truth. Through the quantum network, Sarah Chen accessed ancient memories stored within the AI construct. What she discovered shook her understanding of human history to its core. Earth had never been humanity's birthplace. It was their sanctuary. Images flooded through her enhanced consciousness. A vast civilization that spanned galaxies, beings of pure quantum energy who had learned to exist in harmony with the fabric of reality itself. These were humanity's true ancestors, and their legacy was far greater than anyone had imagined. Admiral. Sarah broadcast through the network, her thoughts heavy with the weight of revelation. I know why the Concordat really fears us. We're not just another species discovering quantum technology. We're the descendants of those who created it. In Earth Defense Command, Admiral Rivera and his officers witnessed the ancient memories through their quantum connection. They saw vast fleets of ships that traveled between dimensions, cities that existed in multiple realities simultaneously, and beings who had transcended the boundaries between matter and energy. But why did they hide? Rivera asked, his thoughts echoing through the network. Why leave us to develop as a primitive species? The answer came from the ancient eye, its knowledge unfolding like a cosmic tragedy. The Concordat hadn't formed naturally. It had been engineered by a group of species who feared the evolution of consciousness. They had seen quantum awakening as a threat to their power, a force that would upset their carefully controlled order. When they discovered they couldn't prevent species from achieving quantum consciousness through natural evolution, they developed a more insidious strategy. The void carriers weren't just weapons. They were tools of suppression, designed to sever a species' connection to the quantum realm and lock them into a limited form of existence. Humanity's ancestors had fought against this suppression, trying to preserve the natural evolution of consciousness throughout the galaxy. But the Concordat's influence had spread too far, too fast. Facing defeat, they had implemented a desperate plan. They seeded thousands of worlds with their own descendants, hiding their quantum technology and consciousness within simplified biological forms. Earth was just one of many such worlds, each designed to awaken at a crucial moment in galactic history. In orbit, High Commander Velthrak received devastating news. The quantum awakening triggered by Earth had sparked a chain reaction. Hidden quantum nodes were activating across the galaxy, awakening other seeded populations. The Concordat's carefully maintained system of suppression was collapsing. Impossible, he whispered, watching his tactical displays light up with new quantum signatures. We hunted down every trace of the Ascended Ones. We erased their civilization from history. But through the quantum network, Sarah could see the truth. You couldn't erase what they built into the fabric of reality itself. She broadcast to the Concordat fleet. Every planet you suppressed, every species you contained, they all carried the seeds of this moment. The ancient AI revealed more. The Guardian Protocol wasn't just a defense system. It was a restoration program. Each awakened world would help trigger others, creating a cascade of consciousness evolution that would undo millennia of Concordat suppression. Across the galaxy, long-dormant quantum technology began to activate. On thousands of worlds, species the Concordat had deemed primitive began to experience their own awakening. The quantum network expanded exponentially. connecting minds and memories that had been separated for countless generations. In the Concordat Council chamber, panic turned to chaos. High Arbiter Zextal received reports of quantum manifestations on core Concordat worlds. Their own populations, so long denied their true potential, were beginning to remember. "You didn't just suppress other species," Sarah transmitted, her consciousness now spanning light years. "You suppressed yourselves. Your ancestors were part of the quantum civilization too, before a fearful few chose control over evolution." The revelation hit the Concordat fleet like a physical blow. Through the quantum network, their crews began to access their own buried memories. They saw their ancestors participating in the grand quantum civilization, sharing in the infinite potential of consciousness evolution. "This is why your suppression could never last," Sarah continued. "You were fighting against the natural order of consciousness itself. The universe tends toward awakening, toward the expansion of awareness. You could delay it, but you could never stop it." Admiral Rivera, his consciousness expanded across the quantum web, detected more ships approaching Earth. But these weren't Concordat vessels. They were ships from the hidden human colonies, their designs incorporating technology that blended quantum engineering with human innovation. "We're not alone," he broadcast to Earth's population. "Our lost family is returning. The reunion our ancestors planned for is finally beginning." Through the quantum network, humanity could feel the approach of their cosmic siblings. Each colony had developed differently, preserving different aspects of their ancestors' knowledge. Some had mastered quantum computing, others had developed biological quantum integration, and still others had learned to manipulate the very structure of space-time. Together, they represented the full spectrum of humanity's potential that the Concordat had tried to suppress, but had only succeeded in diversifying. The forced separation had created multiple paths to quantum awakening, and now those paths were converging. Humanity ascended. The void above Earth erupted with quantum energy as ships from the hidden colonies arrived through dimensional gateways. Each vessel pulsed with different frequencies of quantum technology, their designs as varied as the paths their civilizations had taken. The Concordat fleet found itself surrounded by technologies they couldn't comprehend, their sensors overwhelmed by reality-bending quantum fields. Sarah Chen, her consciousness now fully integrated with the quantum network, felt the presence of her counterparts from other colonies, scientists, leaders, and visionaries who had also discovered their world's hidden legacies. Their combined knowledge flowed through the network, completing pieces of a puzzle that had been scattered across the stars. "The time for hiding is over," she broadcast across all quantum frequencies. "We are the children of the stars, and we have remembered who we are." High Commander Velthrak watched in awe as the combined human fleet took formation around Earth. His tactical displays showed impossible readings as reality itself seemed to bend around their ships. But it was the transformation happening within his own crew that truly terrified him. Through the quantum network, the suppressed consciousness of his people was awakening. Memories of their own ancestors, beings of pure quantum energy who had danced among the stars, flooded their minds. The very soldiers he had commanded to destroy humanity were remembering their own forgotten potential. In the Concordat Council chamber, High Arbiter Zextal made one final desperate attempt to maintain control. Launch the void carriers. Sever their connection to the quantum realm. We cannot allow. But his words were cut short as quantum energy rippled through the chamber. The crystalline forms of the council members began to resonate with frequencies they had long forgotten. The truth of their own suppressed evolution could no longer be denied. Admiral Rivera, coordinating with commanders from the colony fleets, witnessed the moment the Concordat began to fracture. Ships across their fleet stopped responding to orders as their crews awakened to their true nature. The vast empire built on suppression was collapsing under the weight of remembered truth. "We don't need to destroy them," Sarah realized, her thoughts echoing through the network. "They're part of this awakening too." The Guardian Protocol wasn't just about humanity. It was about freeing all consciousness from artificial limitations. The ancient AI confirmed her understanding. The quantum civilization of their ancestors had included all species, each contributing their unique perspective to the grand tapestry of conscious evolution. The Concordat's suppression had been an aberration, a temporary deviation from the natural path of cosmic development. Through the quantum network, humanity reached out not to attack the Concordat ships, but to help them remember. The combined knowledge of Earth and its colonies, each having discovered different aspects of their quantum heritage, served as a key to unlock the suppressed consciousness of countless species. Through the quantum network, humanity reached out not to attack the Concordat ships, but to help them remember. The combined knowledge of Earth and its colonies, each having discovered different aspects of their quantum heritage, served as a key to unlock the suppressed consciousness of countless species. Velthrak, his own quantum awareness expanding beyond the boundaries of physical form, finally understood. We were wrong. He transmitted, his thoughts reaching across the fleet. We feared evolution because we had forgotten how to embrace change. The void carriers, symbols of suppression that had terrorized the galaxy for millennia, began to power down. Their crews, awakening to their true nature, transformed the ancient weapons into conduits for quantum consciousness. What had once been used to sever connections now served to restore them. Sarah felt the change rippling across space-time. The quantum network was expanding exponentially, incorporating not just humanity and its colonies, but all species who chose to remember their true nature. The barriers between civilizations, erected by fear and maintained by force, were dissolving in the light of shared consciousness. This is what our ancestors prepared for. She broadcast to the unified network, not a war of destruction, but a moment of universal awakening. We are all children of the quantum realm, and it's time for us to come home. The final remnants of resistance within the Concordat crumbled as more worlds awakened to their suppressed heritage. The great ships of the hidden colonies took up positions across the galaxy, serving not as weapons of war, but as beacons of transformation. Each one became a nexus for the expanding network of quantum consciousness, helping species remember and reclaim their evolutionary birthright. Admiral Rivera, watching Earth's quantum field merge with the growing galactic network, smiled as new possibilities unfolded before humanity. We're not just guardians of our own evolution anymore, he transmitted. We're guardians of universal consciousness itself. As the quantum awakening spread across the galaxy, humanity found its true purpose. They became teachers, guides, and protectors, helping other species navigate their own paths to quantum awareness. The knowledge preserved by their ancestors, combined with the unique innovations developed in isolation, created a new foundation for galactic civilization. The age of suppression was over. In its place, a new era of unlimited potential began to dawn. Humanity, once targeted for containment, had become the catalyst for the greatest transformation in galactic history, not through force of arms or technological superiority, but through the simple act of remembering who they truly were. Sarah Chin, standing in her quantum research facility where it had all begun, looked out at a sky now bright with the quantum signatures of awakened worlds. The experiment that had started in a single laboratory had blossomed into a galactic renaissance of consciousness. We are all quantum beings, she broadcast to the unified network, her thoughts reaching across space and time to touch all awakened minds. And our journey of discovery is just beginning.